Hi there and welcome to Update 9 of 2012. This update is kindly sponsored by des Concessions, which is a breeding stud which also stands stallions, many of whom are specifically chosen for their qualities they can bring to event horses, and their website will be visible at the end of the video. As you can see, it's Missy helping me present this week. She's had her x-rays to see how the bone is mending, and unfortunately they didn't look great. There hasn't been any miraculous amount of healing going on. So the chip at the top of the pastern bone is still there, and it's too big a piece really to be removed, so it's just a question of her staying as still as possible for another 6 weeks, still on box rest, and then gradually, being allowed to have an increased amount of movement. She's just had a little beautifying session this morning, brushing and trimming her mane and making her look nice. As a result, and in view of the time of year that it is, we're going to put her in foal this year. Quite what the details of the arrangement are going to be remains to be seen, but there will almost certainly be an involvement with the des Concessions, which belongs to Baudouin van den Brand. And with that in mind, this week we went to a stallion show that was organised by him, and saw several stallions that we're interested in. And it was very interesting to be able to compare different kinds of stallions. So there were actually stallions for all three main disciplines, plus some pony stallions. And I've chosen a selection of my favourite ones. I can't show you everything I videoed of all of them, there's just too many. Here you see a lovely French stallion with very interesting breeding. He's called Diamant. Unfortunately, he's slightly on the small side to be considered for Missy, but I must say I absolutely love this horse. His type and his attitude when he came in the ring, he was convinced everyone was there to see him. And I must say I've got a very soft spot for horses like that. Not that you'd ever know with William as one of my horses.
La mère de Jeanne et de chez... Vous voyez, le côté épais de la lignée de Missy, au palais de que vous trouvez aussi un peu... Et tout à l'heure, on est aussi disponible pour la concession.
Here you see Phébus d'Olympe, who's now 19. He's an Anglo-Arab stallion.
C'est un peu les dernières phases de mon élevage.
And this here, he was presented in hand. This here is his son, des Concessions, who was ridden by a friend of mine, Lara de Liedekerk, and she's bringing him out in young horse eventing classes at the moment. This is Rubicel, who is a German stallion. He is in the top 30 sires in the world, I believe, based on offspring's performance. And this is Royal Dick, and he was probably the showstopper of the evening, also ridden by Lara. However, I mean, she never sat on him before this evening, and they put on a fantastic performance. She was in her jumping saddle with jumping length stirrups, and was still doing passage and changes and half pass on him, and then casual as you like, they were popping over 1 metre 40 fences. So and he was really had unbelievable presence, and she was very enthusiastic about the ride he gave her. And Lara's got some very nice horses, so for her to say that, he must be very good. Very obliged to do this again. Yeah, I think This here is Lord Britain Z, who is very interestingly bred. He's by a thoroughbred show jumper that competed at the Olympics, and he's out of an Olympic eventing mare called Brit, who Carandonkers rode. He himself had an accident at a young age, so has never been competed. He's a big horse. He's 1.78 m, I think, and he may well be a choice for Missy, just to add size and substance with eventing lines, you know, backing him up.
Ils ouvrent le Nastila. Ils ouvrent le Nastila qui a donc fait les Jeux Olympiques avec Jimmy Guerra. Oui. Il y a un 55, regarde. Donc en Flandre, tout est lié, bien sûr.
William has been taking vet's advice to have fun very seriously, and one day this week I didn't have much light left, so instead of taking him for a hack, I just put the lunge on a bridle and took him into the field, and well, he didn't have rugs on for about the first time in 5 months, so he threw himself on the floor from a trot and had a thoroughly good time rolling, and then good boy. And then we got to muck about a bit on the lunge, which he also enjoyed. So hopefully he's starting to feel a bit better, and we'll be able to look at, you know, bringing back in proper work within a couple of weeks. Go on! Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this week's video and look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, bye.